This week on Face Off Hockey Show, we'll talk some tings and some stuff. Did you know the NHL 100 game was this weekend? Yeah, me neither. We'll not preview that. We'll talk about the new possible tracking system that could come in a couple years for the NHL as our Patreon pick of the week, and also Eric Francis is a huge tool. Not his. That I should have spaced that out a little more. He's an idiot. All that and more. It's Face Off Hockey Show coming up next.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show with Scotty Waz, Sean O,
breakaway.
and the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Diction was never my big thing. Obviously, the saying Eric Francis is a huge tool needs more enunciation. Welcome to Face Off Hockey Show. I'm indeed Scotty Waz.
So is there a Freudian slip on the Eric Francis being a big tool and diction?
I think it's more of a parallelogram.
I see.
So
Rhombus.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Face Off Hockey Show. That's Johnny P over there too.
Hi.
Mark with a C is going to be fashionably late, as is his wont with a new child. And I think that fashion is barf. Barf is the new fashion.
Barf. Not in here. This is a Mercedes.
Yeah, here we go, kids. We're getting going. We are 1 week closer to the trade freeze, which I think happens next Tuesday, the 19th, I think it is.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is. We all forgot about it, much like we forgot about the NHL 100 game, which we'll talk about.
But we did not forget about Trey.
No, we can never forget about Trey. That's the one big thing. But the one thing you can also not forget about, Johnny, is an event that you went to this past weekend.
I did. I went there. It was a death wedding. The death wedding was good. Mark was fantastic. I will say that he did a great job officiating. Didn't have to yellow card or red card anybody. Probably should have, though. He was a little lenient with some of the guests, but did a very good job. I'm kind of gonna wait until he comes on so that he can talk about some of it. But
can I ask? I ask this real quick? Did he take a bump, and that somebody else could have caused outside interference to break up this wedding, and then finally came to, or was it all up and up?
No. It was on the up and up. It was on the up and up. I mean, there was no outside interference that could have caused the wedding to be derailed.
You didn't start the wedding officiating, and then you got hit in the head, and you guys did like a Hebner brother thing.
Hold on a second. Well, I'll get that out of the way quickly. There were at least 3 people that walked up to me that told me I did a great job officiating the wedding. Sean Leahy was not there, which means that there were more people. And here's the best part, right? So Mark's wearing a black suit, black 3-piece tuxedo, like everyone else in the wedding is wearing. And I'm wearing my navy blue with light blue, like plaid checkered suit that I bought from London. Like, not even the same color. Like, hairstyle's completely different. Not even the same colored suit we had.
Not even the same height.
Not even the same height. He's taller. But yeah, at least 3 people walked up and was like, "Hey, you did a great job." I was like, "Thanks." So Mark had a great line though, because he was talking about marriage, and he said marriage cannot be defined by how a minister or a priest or some guy that got ordained on the internet tells you it is. And the whole place goes crazy. But it was good. It was good. The The first dance was fantastic. It was a little Coheed, and then ended with Glorious. And Matt and Bailey are just standing in the middle with arms raised. It's like glorious. I will be there.
I am shocked not more wrestling came into it. But I did
Mark's entrance was the Shawn Michaels entrance, though.
Of course, it had to have been. Now I saw that you were placed at the Deadpool table. It seemed like the table settings were pretty rad too.
I was placed at the Deadpool table. So we all got Magic-esque cards that told us which table we were at. And we also got sets of die. So like 4, I think it's 4, 6. I don't know. Whatever the like Dungeons and Dragons die are. And then there's one custom die that I have yet to actually open the bag to like see what all of it says. But it was pretty cool. There were dice games being played later on in the night, though, where somebody filled a 6-pack with different beers, and people would roll a dice to figure out which one they were getting out of the 6-pack, which I thought was inventive. It was a good drinking game.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty damn. But the thing is, you got to kind of be on tap a little bit. So I don't know.
Yeah, so that was a good one. It was fun. Good times. We after the wedding, we went to James Joyce for a little Guinness and such. And yeah, Death Wedding was a huge hit. Have you ever met Charles Peach?
I don't think I have. I don't think I have.
Okay, so a quick story. Charles Peach, you haven't met him, but he left his suit on the train. He was taking a train from New York down. Left his suit on the train, got an Uber, took the Uber to follow the train. They missed it at BWI. They missed it at New Carrollton. But at New Carrollton, Charles Peach gets out of the Uber and he jumps on the Metro. And the train at Union Station had left his suit there.
Yeah,
so he gets on the Metro.
At this point, the flower pot was like this close to hitting him in the head, but the knife came flying across the screen, so you knew it was close.
That's true. That is true.
I'm in San Diego reference.
And then he gets his suit, gets back on a train to come back to Baltimore and make it to the wedding.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was fantastic. I think it was the MVP of the night.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I didn't give away all of Mark's stories. I only gave away the one line about him being ordained on the internet.
That's a good line.
But he had a good entrance when he was bringing Mr. and Mrs. Matthew Death into the world.
That is true.
Yeah, so it went well. The special guest refereeing. There were a few things that would have changed. Looking back. Yeah?
Yeah.
Gain, recognize, gain.
Yeah, gain, recognize, gain.
Better.
Well, let's tell your story about the Death family.
So yes. So I was there. No.
You're very choppy tonight.
A little choppy tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that didn't take long.
Yeah.
A little internety. Is your computer downloading Windows updates?
I probably is.
There we go.
All right, so I just switched over to Studio. We'll see how long this lasts. Anyway, long story short, I don't know if this is going to be a good story or not, but have you seen when Triple H used to be in DX and said for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home?
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and then I rolled my L a little bit longer than I normally would have, and Matt actually stopped and turned around with a look of fear in his face that he thought I was actually going to say, "Let's get ready to suck it." I didn't, but I said, let's give a nice round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. It was good. I wish there were a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to get them. I wanted to run to Toys R Us like I had time to do all this and get them some tag team belts.
Mm.
and
Yeah, I could've
introduce
done that.
them.
You didn't let
Introduce
me,
them.
You didn't
I
let me
know.
in on this. I could have
Well,
stopped.
I know.
There's a
came up with
Toys R
this-
Us like right by my work.
I came up with this a little later than
Like,
Scotty did ask us on the way in if I started the intro and then got hit by a belt and then you came in and finished.
That'd have been good.
a little Hebner gimmick. And the thing is, Johnny, he thought about this as he was saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today."
Damn it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Johnny, tag in.
Exactly. Wait 1 minute here.
Well, that was great because after the ceremony, people would come up to me and say, you did a great job. Thank you. And then how many did you get, John? I think 3 people came up to John.
I told him that there were 3 people that came up to me and told me I did a great job as well.
And
The funniest part is that there's one of them, definitely, one of them was like Death's aunt, who has obviously seen you and I by ourselves in different situations.
Mhm.
However, still decided we were the same person that night.
Wow. Tremendous. It's tremendous. You get Leahy'd all the time, even outside of hockey-related things.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna get the tag team belts. Bless you, and then introduce them as your new champions. Your new champions.
No death. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Anyway,
That was good.
it was good. I could have worked a couple more
The
things.
speeches were
for
good.
next time.
Yeah,
Speeches were great.
next time.
Jason Pack. You also haven't met Jason Pack, but he started.
Oh,
his
Scotty
speech.
doesn't know Jason Pack either.
I don't believe you've ever met Jason Pack, but he started his speech by saying, and I quote, I thought about preparing something, but then I said, fuck it. I'll just go from the heart.
True story. Like
We were-
15 seconds in, we're like, this is gonna be great. We're like, Jen, tape this. She like pulls out her phone and starts recording the video.
Oh,
The other great line that Jason had too is he like turned to Death and he's like, when I first met you, I thought you were an asshole.
Jesus Christ. Seems like a hoot of a time. I'm kind of mad that I missed it,
It was a good time. It was fun.
or didn't watch on Periscope.
They had Guardians of the Galaxy playing in the theater of the Baltimore Museum of Industry.
Oh, I thought they meant playing like as the musical group. That would be even better.
They did. When they walked out as after they got married, they played the song from Guardians of the Galaxy. The like last song in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. It's fantastic.
And then they introduced the wedding party coming back in before dances and all that. And the wedding party was introduced to the DX theme song. And I led the wedding party out as the special guest referee. So I had 2 options the way I saw it. And I wasn't going to come out and give everybody the chop.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Well, you could. It would just be in bad taste.
Yeah. So instead I came out and did Shawn Michaels' entrance instead.
With the pyro?
I was actually thinking that was the other thing I wanted to do was to get all the so their entrance. Who's the wrestler? Like not Rick Rude, but some other guy named Rude.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. The Glorious song is what they came into. So
Yeah.
I was thinking after the fact how much fun it would have been to give the entire wedding party sparklers, and we could have just stood in the back with each of us with 2 sparklers.
And you could have done the Gilbert entrance.
Yeah, exactly. But alas.
Yeah, it was good. There was some good. There was good. Bailey's sister did a whole maid of honor speech with a championship belt around her waist and a luchador mask on,
That's tremendous.
and then had cardboard or little cutouts faces of like the Big Show and Triple H and Edge and Bret Hart, and worked that in. That she was good. Yeah, it was a really good night. It was fun. It was a fun night.
Seemed like a good time. Glad for those 2. Good kids. Try hard.
Yeah.
Love the game. And how they play it. So good for them.
Nice.
Glad they did that. Johnny, you also have a New Jersey.
I do. I got a new Adidas Caps jersey. And what I did not realize for the Adidas Caps jersey is that the jersey actually has the old like Adidas like emblem in the bottom. This is like an old soccer thing that they used to do on jerseys. They used to put this like bubble emblem on the bottom hem of jerseys. I did not realize that was on the hockey jerseys as well.
Kind of glad instead of that big stupid tag that Reebok did.
So that's a nice touch. It has a really big Adidas jersey in the back, but all in all, good weight. Feels fantastic. It's got like this mesh part right through here that makes everything good. You can actually see like the Capitals part that's underneath of the jersey. So the jersey is lightweight. Got some good weight on the shoulders though, and it is a little long. Little long on the sleeves and a little long on the body. It's like in between like balls and knees.
Wow.
Yeah, long.
That's a good length question. Where do I get it? It's between your balls and your knees. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's right around there. So yeah, I like it. It's fantastic. It might be the nicest jersey I own.
Nice. Good call.
Actually. I'll take that back. Actually, I think the Hasek jersey is still really nice.
Jersey's pretty crucial.
Yeah, that Hasek jersey is really nice. I like that one. This one was actually more expensive.
Yeah, I think. Well, did you get the Hasek jersey at a discount? Am I imagining?
I did. I did. It was on sale, and then I got 10% off with my Discover card.
There you go. Discover the way it looks on you. Well, excellent. As for the
so that's been a lot of my week, really. I bought some more Legos this week.
Nice.
Got some Lego Brickhead.
Nice. It's like you guys are competing,
right?
Scotty's getting the Oyos, John's buying the Legos. I need to buy some.
So I got you got
to get some Connects.
I had some Legos points that I had to use because they were expiring, which means I have to buy stuff. So I go to the Lego website and I'm like, what's some cheap stuff on here that I can buy? And they had these Brickheads, which are like, I think they're probably about this big, like, and they're like Marvel characters and such. So I got a Captain America and I got an Iron Man. And then just for shits and giggles, as like the special guest referee, I think it's Captain Jack Sparrow will be in between the two of them.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that's canon in the Marvel universe, right?
I mean, they're both Disney. He could show up if he really wanted to.
It's true. Just hang out if he wants. That's awesome. Mark, anything else for your week aside from being an official?
Just this guy.
Yeah, look at him.
It would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch though if you had worn an official jersey.
That would have been great.
I was thinking about that too, but
or like a pin, or like a very pinstripe.
I feel like Miss Patty would have gotten mad.
Yeah, there was that line. So Matt Death's mom, very sweet woman, amazing mother to 3 children, also terrifying.
Also a very angry person.
Yeah, so she would have probably found a way to murder me if I had messed their wedding up somehow. So.
But the truth of the matter, though, is even if Mark would have messed the wedding up, I would have died somehow. So
that's true. That's very true. So you pretty much had a green light, Mark. Like you probably went away and had a 50-50 chance.
I would have ended up in the harbor somehow, like floating away. You're like, I guess he got you drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Or look at him go. Oh, nice. My weekend was my week in general was kind of It was a thing. We had an ice storm last night, so that was fun navigating roads today. Did a little work on the studio in here, rearranged some things, hung some wall stuff out on the living room. Just basic weekend. Christmas stuff starting to roll in, so that's always fun. And I got this today. So it's the 1955-56 Baltimore Clippers before they made the AHL. And of course, on the back, highly racist beer ad. Highly racist beer ad. It's tremendous. So yeah, it's a very old program with a lot of old ads in it. It's fantastic. again, for a thing that may or may not see the light of day. An old school Natty Bow across the top ad, always fun. And also 5D premium gasoline and motor oil at the 5D. I don't know what that means. But the Diamondback Lounge at the Lord Baltimore Hotel. Remember that, guys? That was always fun. Baroness Pickles, those like these kind of ads. So I got that. That actually just arrived today. SK Hot Dogs, a favorite with the fans, even to this day. So more research going into this project. And guys, we have a giveaway. I haven't told you this, but we have a giveaway.
What? Get out of here.
That's
Sorry,
it's a
scare you, buddy.
It's a shock even to me. So Jen had somebody send her a couple things. One of the things was a double. So we're going to give one of those things away that we've already hung up one in the living room. I give it away here on the Face Off Hockey Show Media Faction. It's a history and evolution of the National Hockey League.
That's
so
cool.
Only 30 teams, though. Obviously, this was before the Vegas Golden Knights became a thing. So there you go. The logo. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know how we give this away.
It's beautiful.
Be the 10th caller, 1-877-913-9739.
Did I tell you that Sean called me last week? I think
Oh,
so.
no.
I think I said that last week on the show.
I don't know if you did or didn't.
Yeah, Sean called me last week, and he wanted me to talk through how we're live on YouTube because he wanted to use a new Slingbox feature in order to start a studio show and then connect in multiple video cameras from different basketball games or football games around the area, and then have those games go on while the people in the studio were talking about the games.
So he wants a red zone for high school basketball is what you're saying.
Basically, yes, basically. So I talked through how to make that happen. It actually seems like it might work, though, which is the really interesting part.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea. So that's pretty rad. But yeah, no, we have this thing to give away. I don't know how to give it away.
Give it away now.
Give it away now. 10th caller. No, whatever. We'll think about something here before the show ends, and then we'll talk. We can get it up. We'll do it a couple weeks after the new year. We'll send it out to somebody. It's too close to send stuff out now for the holidays, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not even worth it right now. We'll do it. We'll send it out later.
Exactly. We'll have it in the new year. So it gives people Team Podcast a couple of weeks to figure it out. We'll give it away in the new year, and we'll send it away in the new year. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah.
This Blog Talk Radio money is going to our head. Wow.
Yeah, Blog Talk Radio, and also our Patreon money, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Patreon is been great to us, and our patrons have been great to us as well. And the donations, the thing that we learned from high school. I was going to say the thing we learned in high school was that the best nation in the world is donation. So here we are.
The other thing that we learned was how to run really quickly through a line.
That's true too. You got to get there, and also no breaders. You cannot have any breaders. So
that's true.
A big
Breaders are the worst.
Breaders are kind of bad. But thanks to our newest patron, Damon. Damon, who is, I believe he's been with us for a bit, at least on the Facebook side. So he's been following us. Thank you, Damon, for that. Also, thanks to Rob, Mark, Trista, Ethan, Chris, Mitch, Angela, and Sean. You guys are fantastic. We appreciate what you've done in supporting the show and also helping us get a little bit better, possibly helping us out with travel and some other fun stuff that we're going to have planned ahead. What fun stuff is that? Even we don't know. But when we have meetings, which is never, we'll talk about it and then go from there. So thank you.
That's true.
If you want to join the Patreon, go to patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. We have a tier system. You get some different stuff there. And then other than that, you go from there. But we thank you guys. For all the patrons out there, we salute you and thank you and appreciate you. And hopefully, don't screw it up too much.
I did.
Yes,
I did real quick. I did get two really good things from two really good anecdotes from my Echo Dot this week.
I thought you meant Echo the Dolphin, the Sega Genesis game.
No. But I asked Echo for a joke, and it said, "What's the best thing about Switzerland?" It says, I don't know, but their flag is a huge plus.
Plus, I told that to Jen, and she almost threw something at me.
That is such a great joke. That's amazing. I started laughing, and I actually thanked an inanimate object because for telling such a great joke. Then this morning, I said good morning to Echo. And Echo told me 35 years ago today, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky scored his 300th NHL goal in the third period of his 350th game. This ultimate hat trick proves that good things really do come in threes. So I thought that was perfect timing tonight. So thank you, Amazon.
Also, someone told me that 35 years ago, or 37 years ago this week, the first game between the Hartford Whalers and the Philadelphia Flyers in the Cooperall Bowl. So that's a thing. The Cooperall.
So
the
where,
Cooperall Bowl.
I mean, where would you ever find information on NHL history like that?
I don't know. This actually wasn't Jen's fact. I found it online.
Actually, Scotty rolled over this morning. Like,
Exactly.
hey, I got a fun fact.
Yeah.
30 some years ago.
I'm like laying there. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to sleep. I got to work overnight soon. Could you not until I wake up?
Snooze. Unsubscribe.
Mute it. Blocked. Report. Oh, Lordy. If that were to happen, I would be listed on this next thing called the injury report. So if Johnny can hit us with that sweet music on his iPhone X.
See what condition my condition was in.
Oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
Oh boy, howdy, do we have some injuries. First off, the Bo Horvat of the Vancouver Canucks, he is out 6 to 8 weeks with an ankle fracture. Same with Mr. Oh, where was it? Oh, there it is. Jaden Schwartz. He's going to be out at least 6 weeks with another ankle injury. So it's a week of ankle injuries. As a couple weeks,
Schwartz wasn't with him.
No, he wasn't. Like it was at the beginning of the season where we had just a goalie concussion after concussion after concussion. Now it's just ankle injury, except for Sven Varchi. Sven Varchi has a fractured jaw. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Dustin Byfuglien's got a lower body injury. He is going to be on a week-to-week basis. Brandon Dubinsky, this one just happened today. He is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks after getting his orbital bone punched in by Zach Kassian. So Dubinsky going to be done for a while. Kerry Perry week-to-week with a lower body injury. Alex Pietrangelo with a lower body injury. He has been placed on the IR. The Blues, man, the Blues. They're kind of lost in that Central Division, but good on them for, I guess, trying to stay decent. And they got 2 big injuries, and now it's going to go all downhill because Jake Allen's a sieve. And also, Austin Matthews had a lower body injury or upper body injury. He is day to day after he collided with Mitch Marner. Day to day, but hey, aren't we all? So that's all the injuries I have to report. So that brings us to our Patreon pick of the week. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. We give you topics, you give us your opinion, and the opinions were well heard on this one. And it comes out of the fantasticness that is the winter meetings of the NHL Board of Governors. And apparently, something that everyone's been clamoring for, especially in the stats worlds, could be coming to fruition for the 19 and 20 season, the 2019-2020 season. The NHL is working to invent a revolutionary on-ice player tracking technology, and possibly as early as the 2019 Stanley Cup playoffs. Technology would not require tracking chips on the players, instead relying upon camera-based technology. Gary Bettman said we're in the process of working on with some technology companies to invent technology that doesn't currently exist because it's because it's more complicated to do this in any other sport for a whole host of reasons, which you can relate to the attributes of our game, the physical contact, the sticks, the speed, and everything else. But we're committed to doing it, and we're
There's
investing.
really no other really extenuating circumstances right now.
No. That literally is what invent means. So thank you, Gary.
Yeah, Gary's
That law degree is really paying off.
Hey, listen, he's the commissioner for life.
Oh my God.
So NHL worked with companies on player and puck tracking technologies at the 2015 All-Star Game in Columbus and the World Cup of Hockey. Remember that fantastic one?
Yeah.
Bettman
they
said
invented that too.
Yeah, Bettman said we learned that we can get technology to work, but we need it to work better so it can be scalable. Doing it for
like BASF.
Exactly. Doing it for 16 or 17 games in 2-week periods in one building at the World Cup is a lot different than 1,271 games in 31 buildings. So basically he's saying, listen, it was a small sample size. I don't think it's going to work for a grand scale of things. So,
well, they already have 8 cameras that are all focused on the goal line right now.
and they still can't get a definitive answer on most of them.
So why not add another 30 so that you can track players? I'm sure this would be great. Great idea. There'll be no increase in any revenue because of having to add all this extra shit in an arena.
Yeah, exactly.
Haven't we gotten to the day and age where you can add a tracking chip into literally the collar of this jersey and nobody would have to know the difference?
How about the button? You mentioned the button earlier in the show about on your jersey. Why not just put a button there and put the tracking chip there?
I have actually there's a button directly in the fighting strap.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. You could literally put the button in this.
Yeah.
Right here.
And yet
everybody would have one.
Yeah, and yet they're still miking up players for NHL TV or whatever, and that's clearly unobtrusive, right? Mm-hmm. This little tracking chip, too much. Yeah. But the microphone.
Guys, the chip.
Too much. The jerseys might be $299. Oh, they're already 200. Oh, well, okay. They might be $310. Well, what if all the authentic jerseys actually came with tracking chips as well? That would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Not even joking. Like you could get an NHL app and then you could track other people that have bought jerseys.
Dude, Alexa, where's my jersey?
But here's the big thing about the tracking chip is some teams are against it because they don't want the quote unquote that information to get out to people because I don't know. It's the same thing where Ken Hitchcock says or Paul Maurice saying we shouldn't disclose injuries. Just let it be vague.
You have a person literally sitting in the stands with a stopwatch on their phone nowadays and being "Yep, Sidney Crosby was on the ice for this long for each one of these shifts."
I know the University of North Dakota is doing something where, at least in practices, they're putting some kind of system on their players to track how much liquids they lose and the dehydration through a game. And
really cool. They do that in soccer. NCAA soccer rules actually allow players to wear those like little sports bra type things that a lot of the soccer players wear that have the tracking chips and all and keep heart rates and stuff. And it actually allows the sideline personnel to track heart rates during the game. And if anybody has any type of medical issue, basically, the players can be pulled off of the field. Wow. Which smart. It's really smart, right? Like, that doesn't cover your ass. I don't know what does.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's something that I'm surprised that hasn't been in terms of tracking or in terms of stuff like that. Like in a sport where analytics, the people of analytics, they rise up with their keyboards in hand saying, we've got this. Why wouldn't they be pushing for this a lot harder? Because I think this is like if you want advanced stats nerds to go off, and just whack it continuously in their closet, like this is the thing to bring in and just get them completely just ready to go and just so turgid. It's just fantastic. That was a weird visual. Sorry.
We're still talking about hockey, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. I do like the idea of Gary Bettman inventing a new camera. Like
Yeah,
that
right.
to me gives me life.
No. He didn't say he was inventing a new camera. He just said he was inventing technology that didn't exist yet.
Right.
Who knows
but
if it's a camera? Nobody knows. It could be
No,
anything.
but he was going to find a company to invent
thing-
technology that doesn't currently exist.
That's not a camera, but we're gonna call it a camera for now. It's like, how the hell can it not? Like, didn't we try this? Like, didn't like camera innovation can only go so far. NBCSN, when it was called OLN, didn't remember they did that rail camera for like 2 games and everyone threw up and
Yes.
couldn't deal with it
Do you know
anymore.
what also makes me nauseous is the behind the goal cam.
It
I
does.
can't
It makes me a
stand
little
that
mad.
view.
Yeah. They need to have like one of the like the camera on the scoreboard that does the power play like you're playing NHL 94.
Yeah, why haven't they implemented that the track cam or whatever like they do for Sunday Night Football? That seems like it would be pretty simple to do for hockey.
The
Well,
one
you'd have to-
above the
you'd have
ring.
to-
Yeah.
You'd have to get the jumbotron out of the middle of the rink though first.
Well, no,
Use it-
Anaheim.
yeah.
Anaheim has it where they have like a camera that's a 360 camera that just that's underneath the scoreboard and rotates all around. Like Anaheim has been on the cutting edge of this for a while.
That might work. They've done the rail cam for outdoor games though, right?
Yes,
like
they
it's
have.
far easier in an outdoor system, I feel, because you have to run like massive amounts of cable in order to get those cameras to go back and forth like they do.
And you're not impeding anyone's view either. Like the also another issue was those cams. I think it was in Dallas where they had it. Is like fans are just like, this is bullshit. I can't see it. I paid $300 for this seat. How dare you? But no, we need new possibly things that we're going to call cameras that we haven't invented yet because they have not yet been invented.
I can't
Dude.
wait until they're like actually infrared cameras and they show you like real heat maps of where people were on the ice.
Oh, it's fantastic. The scorching speed of Connor McDavid would be amazing. Be like, wow, this is amazing. What the hell? Where did he
If
get
they
off
don't
to?
turn this into like Fox Tracks 2.0, I'm going to be pissed.
So someone reaches like a 15 miles per hour, they get a red tail behind them.
Yes. I don't even give a shit about looking at the puck anymore. I want all of this extra stuff to be on people.
On the players. You want it to be
Yeah.
NHL hits.
Exactly.
you,
I
like,
was just
if
about
you-
to say that.
Like if you've been sitting on the bench for a while, like your like player character turns blue because you're cold.
Oh, that's tremendous. Oh god, I can't wait to see what this new technology that hasn't been invented yet is going to be.
Well, I love how the NHL is selling all the fans on the new technology that hasn't been invented yet, though.
Yeah, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. They're kind of loving it.
Can we take Hudson? He's like going for the choke slam or something. I can't figure out what he's reaching for.
Looks like a button or a part of your like string there.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been liking Santa though. He's doing a lot of laughing when you're ho ho hoing at him.
It's true.
Or he likes The Godfather. Charles Wright. We haven't figured that out yet. Everyone wants to get on the hoe train. Who's to say?
Ah.
Get it,
Oh.
man.
I'm embarrassed that it took me that long to figure.
It's okay. If I would have said
get that one.
Papa Shango, if I would have said Charles
Yes.
Papa Shango Wright, you would have been out right with
I would
me.
have been all over that one.
Yeah, exactly. If I would have said Kama the Destroyer, you'd be like, what? Do you watch that? You watch wrestling during that time? I'm like, shut up, though. I got the network. That's how I
that
know
was
his
the
name.
other great thing that Jason said. He was like, "Yeah, so I came over and I was hanging out, and these cats still watch wrestling." I mean, wasn't that something we watched in like middle school?
Oh, that's amazing. The fact that he used the term cats was even better. Oh, man. So, yeah, there you go. There's tracking. Tracking's going to happen. I think it's long overdue. I don't know. I mean, it's long
There are
overdue
so
for
many
expanded.
Sports at this point who are already doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
soccer literally can tell you where a player was for 90 minutes of a game.
Well, yeah, I think soccer is on the forefront of that, too.
And I know the NBA has similar things where they actually provide the teams footage, isolated footage of every offensive set for every team for every game, and who was on the court, and like I don't know if there's distance traveled or why that would be necessary in the NBA, but I know that they already do this advanced kind of stuff in the NBA. and they provide it to the teams.
NHL just getting there. All right, team. Not even there yet. Like we're getting
Well,
there.
no. They have
years from now.
to. The reason that it's taking them so long is because they're inventing something.
They're gonna invent something. It is literally just gonna be Fox Track 2.0. Like we had this just lying around our warehouses. We just decided to put it to good use.
But guys, think about it. It's like a Word document. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, no.
But with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and you can arrange them in such a way that there's correlations between the numbers and like each little thing that the numbers.
I don't know. Why wouldn't we just take a Word document and put them in things where you can like click and it takes you to another Word document?
Guys, listen. Here's the thing. If we implemented what Mark said, think of how much we'd be able to excel at this. Wait a minute. Hold on. We'll call it Sheets. We'll get made to order subs. It's great.
Yeah, but all the power though, and being able to point.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
oh my god.
we'll call that
the
slides.
The outlook isn't so good.
No, it's not, man. This, you know what? If this news were to happen, it'd be front page.
That is so true. Word.
Also from the general managers meeting, board of governors meeting, whatever, the thing they had in Florida to get away from the cold. Seattle is allowed to have a ticket drive and apply for expansion. FYI, the expansion fee is now $650 million.
That's ridiculous.
Up from $150 million that they had.
I saw an article or a tweet or something to the effect of that the Vegas Golden Knights, if Seattle came into the league next season, the Vegas Golden Knights would make back $21 million of their investment already.
Dude, it's fantastic. Like they're doing it the right way.
Just off of that.
Yeah. Well, I think they said Seattle probably wouldn't come into the league until if they were to get. Let's be honest, it's happening. Seattle's going to be an expansion team, and then
Well, the stadium's not even built yet, right?
right, they just got the money to renovate it.
The Cow Palace.
Exactly. Renovate the Cow Palace. So obviously Seattle will get the expansion team, and then Houston will be the relocation thread. We'll get to that in a second. I have some things to say about that.
It's just like a WWE match.
Yeah,
Kinda is.
relocation threat.
Yeah, exactly. Dun dun dun. Speaking of other things coming out of the board of governors, hey, let's get out of here and go to Florida. We're going to Boca, ladies and gentlemen. The Carolina Hurricanes have finally been sold, kind of.
Are they going to still be there for Festivus?
Yes, because they have sent a part of the whole thing for Carolina is they have to stay in the North Carolina area for 7 years. So 7 seasons they have to stay there. As part of this is actually a clause in the deal for transfer.
That's
of
only
ownership.
that's 6 years though, right? 6 years and 7 seasons, or is that 8 years?
I think it's 8 years and 7 seasons.
Hmm.
I think that's it. I don't know. I didn't read the fine print. But it's somewhere around. It could be 7 years, 6 seasons. But anyway, but the problem is it's to Tom Dundon. Dundon. He is a Dallas businessman, and he's only.
So when he bought it, was it like dun dun?
Yeah, it's the Law and Order theme. Dun dun.
Yes.
Tom, are we ready? Tom, are we good here? Dun dun. It's only 52%. He has the option to buy the other 48% after 3 years. Peter Carmanos is still wanting to be. He's holding on to that ownership dream so hard.
Do you really have to own 100% of the team? My God.
Well, kind of. The NHL likes a one ownership clause, like Santa Claus.
And then they still have the. I mean, and then they allowed the Oilers to have like 485 owners for a while.
Yes. Yeah. For a while, and then Daryl Cates came in with his drug money. He's like, "All right, we're here."
Yeah, he made a lot of money from drugs.
He did. Hey, the New York Islanders unveiled their plans for Belmont Park, for a new arena there. 18,000 seat arena with a 200 to 250 room hotel, retail, and quote unquote innovation space. Innovation.
I bet you that's where they invent the camera system that tracks players.
It's also near the entertainment district. And I didn't know how close it was to Belmont Park. Belmont Park. Belmont Park. It is literally right behind the grandstand.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw the artist rendering, and
Like,
it is
wow,
right there.
That
Like,
is right
It
there.
is right there and parking lot.
Yeah.
Basically. They also said that NYCFC is supposed to move in as well.
Really?
They did not show where the soccer stadium was going to be, though.
Jeez, it's amazing.
So yeah. So apparently, I did not realize Belmont is as big as it is.
Yeah, Belmont. Well, Belmont is the biggest of the Triple Crown. It is huge, big by huge.
Well, that's the longest track, right? But I didn't realize that the track itself was that big. First of all, and then like the surrounding area around the track is massive. Like Pimlico, I don't feel is that big,
No.
but it could be. I've never really been in Pimlico.
Well, no. Why would you? There's no reason to be in Pimlico.
Yeah, no, it's like getting lost in the wrong part of town of Baltimore.
Yeah. NYCFC wants a 26,000 seat open air stadium in addition to 400,000 square feet of space for retail, a 5.2 acre community park, and a 2 acre soccer facility.
Yep.
So there's that for you kids. I'm trying to bring up the a photo of what the New York Newsday has brought about.
That'll change the. I'm sure that'll change the camera angles for the Belmont when there's a
Little
hockey
bit.
arena right next door.
A little bit. It's got a screen share here, brought to you by no one if you want to have your ad or business or whatever. So here we go. Here is the grandstand of the Belmont, right there. The paddock area back here. Here's the arena. The arena is literally right there.
You know, it did take me a little while because I was looking at the picture and I was like, wow, I mean, the grandstand looks huge compared to the arena. Where is the actual track? And then I realized that the track is to the left of the grandstand.
Yeah, usually is. Did you think that the grand like it was around it? Like the arena
I
would
was
be in the
thinking that
infield?
I honestly thought they put the arena in the like infield of the track.
That'd be amazing.
And I was
if
like,
they did.
that's amazing, first of all.
So you got your North Entertainment Plaza, your South Entertainment Plaza, the existing pedestrian tunnel, retail village, as they're calling it, and then you have your innovation and innovation incubator community space. So there we go.
Where is the soccer stadium going to go in that area?
Well, here we go. Is as we go here, Jim Brumbach of the New York Newsday has this all figured out.
He also has some.
Loves jumping the boxes. You gotta love that. So here is their plan. So where is the? So here's their thing. So here's the Hempstead Turnpike. There's the arrival village.
Relation to where the rest of everything is.
So all right. So the arena is where the arrival plaza is. That's probably where they want the arena to be. You kind of. So that's where the arena is supposed to be, because I'm assuming where it says
it's going to be an arena and a soccer stadium right next door to it.
I guess it almost seems like they're overlapping on each other, because it's
I feel like the arena takes up more spot than that, because if that soccer stadium's to scale, then that arena is really small.
Yeah. Yeah, if this is all, it almost seems like they're both proposing something, and then only one of them's going to get it.
They're both proposing to be in the same spot.
Exactly, right next to the grandstands.
So that's funny. I thought that they were proposing to also be there, but it sounds like it definitely looks like both of them are proposing to be in the same place.
It does seem like it's the same place situation. So there we go. There's the New York Islanders NYCFC stadium proposal. Catch the fever.
Amazing.
I wonder who will win. Who knows? We'll see what's up with that. Where the hell am I? Hey, rest in peace, Zarly Zalapsky. Passed away yesterday on Tuesday.
Zarly Zalapsky was a good part of 1990, the NHL 94 game.
It really was. He was part of the Penguins. I'm not sure. But yeah, passed away, age 49, no cause of death given as of yet. So sad day. how we transition from what I want to talk about next.
I don't
All
know.
right.
What are we talking about?
It's not on the sheet, but I wrote something this week. I wrote something this week because there's a story out of the Calgary Sun that could have been. It couldn't have been more sucking from the teat of management unless management had wrote it. Like, Eric Francis could be the greatest indignity, the greatest hack that anyone has ever seen in Calgary. He wrote a piece about how the ownership of the Calgary Flames would be wise to sell the team now and have them move to Houston since they can't get an arena paid for by half of public money. So Eric Francis was talking about how the Calgary Flames have outgrown the city of Calgary, a city that boasts 1.4 million people. A hockey team has outgrown it. Is that a reach? Would you say that's a bit of a reach?
Here's the part that I really despise.
Okay.
I despise that there are people like him and Damian Cox that get press credentials to things, and there are people like us who don't.
I find it travesty that we don't have better jobs than we have right now.
Well, I don't even give a shit about jobs. Well, I mean, for you, obviously, not for Mark and I. Like we're not
have really
doing,
good jobs, actually.
we're not doing hockey as a living. You should. You and Jen should both be.
Mm-hmm.
But like the NHL is allowing people like this to like cover their events and such, and not people that actually care about hockey. It just really this whole thing just reeks of like, look how great I am. The Calgary Flames are going to move. Look, I'm the first one who's talked about that type of thing. Whatever. Fuck off, dude.
I want to say it's a land speed record for someone using Houston as the new catalyst. I do respect him in that, given the fact that it's, hey, now we're going to use Houston instead of Seattle. So copy paste or control F, replace with.
Yeah, it's such laziness.
It is lazy writing.
I don't know. I wish that some of these like older, I mean, he's not even that old, but I wish that some of these like tired writers and such would just figure out a way to, I don't know,
retire.
No, I don't want them to retire. I just want them to leave. I don't care what they do with their lives. I just don't want them to be part of hockey anymore.
Don't be a part of our game, ladies and gentlemen. Tired of your bullshit. Damian Cox and Steve Simmons and Eric Francis.
Are there people that still listen to these people? Like, I mean, that's the big part, right? Like, there has to be some sort of like ad clicks or like people that give a shit, right? Like, there has to be something.
Well, they will get the click because it is absurd and people are talking about how absurd it is. So,
but that should stop.
It should stop.
That's the problem. The internet needs to get over itself and figure out that it's.
No,
you don't click on stuff that looks absurd. You don't order the thing off of. You don't order an authentic Adidas jersey off of eBay that's $30 because that's not what it is.
No,
it's fake. Don't even click on that shit.
So what you're saying is, and this is a perfect simile or metaphor or whatever. It's a simple saying. You're saying they're counterfeit journalism.
Yes,
love it. I love it.
Straight up.
Hashtag counterfeit journalism. It's fantastic.
I fully agree with that thought because I said it. But yeah, that's what I think of. I think that these are people that their entire careers are based off of, look what asinine thing I can put into print. Somebody goes, yes, this is a great idea. Let's put this on the internet. And people are like clicking on it. And the only comments on the entire thing are, Eric Francis, you're such a douchebag. And then the third person down's like, yep, I've known Eric Francis for a really long time. He's always been a douchebag. And no one cares because you're clicking on articles. And
Yeah.
that's all that you're asking for. Like, you're not actually bringing anything real to the NHL or the world.
No,
Sorry, I went
What-
that far.
it's all right.
That might have been a line I crossed.
A little shoot ski there. It's fine. Doesn't matter. The best part about this whole thing is that it's like, yeah, these guys somehow, and they get credential because they suck up to the people who give them out, right? Like, so he's in the good graces of the Flames and the NHL because he's pushing that new arena, new money agenda. Fuck the people who live there and fuck the people who pay the taxes and all this stuff. They're pushing what we want to get out there. And the only point that I agreed with is that the fact that if the mayor and everybody in the city is hoping they'll get an Olympic bid and the IOC will be bigger and better for them to get an arena, they're fucking lying to themselves in a big way.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
It's stupid. But hey, that's the way people think. It's like, oh, the Olympics, then that'll fix us. The Olympics,
Yeah, because
Really?
the Olympics are massive moneymakers around the world.
right? Oh my God. Yeah, have they paid off? I'm trying to think if they've paid off the Big O in Montreal yet. I don't think they have. I don't think they have at all. We'll have to ask Lyle. Lyle's our Canadian economic. What am I talking about?
Economist.
Thank you. Speaking of Canadian economy, here's Lyle Richardson, SpectresHockey.net. So Lyle, counterfeit journalist Eric Francis was at it again.
Yeah,
Boy,
That's a
howdy.
phrase I just
you're
coined, by the way.
your good friend and you know the writer you admire the most, Eric Francis.
When that thing dropped on the internet, I literally pointed at my computer. I'm like, "The hell is this? What are you doing?" I'm like, I literally checked the byline to make sure it wasn't Flames PR who put that out, because like that could have been the biggest suck up move I've ever seen in my life. My God.
It was an interesting piece.
Yeah, no, that's one term to describe it.
And I will go as far as to say this: if you want to read a really good counterpoint, if you have a subscription to The Athletic, which only runs $5.99 a month, which gives you access to everything, and no, I'm not saying that because I work for The Athletic, because I don't. But
Check out Lyle's new
yet.
soapbox piece. Why I decided to join The Athletic.
But no, seriously, I mean, I hopped on that bandwagon about 8 months ago, and yeah, it's like I said, you get access to everything, all not just hockey writing, but all across your spectrum. But anyway, Kent Wilson put out a fantastic rebuttal that I highly recommend that people should read. Because you know the points he made to make it very succinct, to sum it up, basically what this whole thing is between the Flames ownership and the city of Calgary. It's just the Flames ownership wants to try and see how much leverage they've got that they can use to try and get the city to pay more public money to put towards this arena. You see, the city of Calgary has not said we will not build an arena, or we are not interested in an arena project, or we're not going to fund a single dime into this arena project. Nobody said nobody said the Calgary Flames can't have a new arena in Calgary. Of course they can. And the city of Calgary, led by Mayor Nenshi, has stated very clearly, hey, look, we're willing to kick in. I think what was the breakdown was like, we'll kick in 180 million just from public funding alone. We'll set up, you know, either special, you know, since Alberta is the land of the service fee. You know what I'm talking about, Scotty.
Oh yeah, no,
they don't do taxes; they do service fees. That's where they get. There's no such thing as taxes. Here's your service, but you must pay this service fee.
Can't they just create a lottery or something?
I'm sure that could be something.
Oh, we're getting to scratch tickets territory. Soon.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it too. But that was sort of how the Flames, or how the city of Calgary broke down the funding, would be basically the city will pay a third. You know, the team will kick in a little over a third. There'll be like service fees that they'll charge that'll help you know, raise some more revenue for it. All fine and dandy, but the city of Calgary, or the Calgary Flames, their ownership is basically saying, no, we want the city to pick up at least half of it. And the city's going, well, no, we don't want to do that. You know, you're a, you make a lot of money. You can easily afford to pony up a fair share of the cost to get this building constructed. After all, it is your building. It is going to be your building. You will be the anchor tenant, therefore. But nobody now. To be fair, I just want to say, listen, I don't fully dismiss the possibility of the Calgary Flames leaving Calgary if they can't get a new arena sorted out, a new arena deal done. I don't fully dismiss it. There's one thing I've learned, they never ever fully did. Remember a few years ago when we thought there was no way Winnipeg was going to get a franchise? Remember that? Okay, so
has there ever been really though an issue where there was like a team threatened to move because of an arena deal and then they actually moved?
Oh yeah,
because Atlanta wasn't like that. Atlanta just moved.
But if you go back,
Atlanta had 9 different owners and 3.
Oh my lord, that was
like,
that was and the move to Winnipeg was done on real fast notice because they had to put that team somewhere.
It was really a mercy.
I mean, like Pittsburgh played this card, and then they got a new arena and things were paid for, and then the Penguins are still in town.
Edmonton played this card a little bit too. Daryl Cates showing up to Seattle and just hanging out, having a Starbucks.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to go back to the mid '90s to see where it actually the early to mid '90s. The reason why the Quebec Nordique are now in Colorado because nobody could come up with the money to pay for a building. The reason why there's the original Winnipeg Jets are now the Arizona Coyotes because nobody could come up with the funding for a new building. So that was why those 2 clubs moved. The reason why there isn't a franchise in Hartford, same story. Why they're now playing in Carolina. So it has happened. But what's key here though is that stuff happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Okay, it's a completely different universe now here in the NHL. Completely different. Oh, there's a lot more money, floating around there. There's a lot more places that are willing to, that are interested in bringing a team, to their cities. Like I said, Seattle, Houston, obviously, Quebec City, definitely. It's a completely different landscape compared to what it was 25 years ago. But the bottom line here is the Flames. I again, as I was saying originally, I don't fully dismiss the possibility that the Flames could move, but do I honestly believe it'll happen? No, because another good point that Kent Wilson pointed out in his article was the Calgary Flames and the NHL will have a very difficult time trying to justify moving out of one of the top 15 hockey markets in the world, not just in North America, in the world. Good luck trying to sell that. Good luck trying to, oh yeah, we're going to leave this strong, vibrant hockey market to go to Houston, where it might work, it might not. Yeah, there's a history of hockey there, but will it work on an NHL scale? We don't know. Meanwhile, you've got a set market in Calgary, a frigging set market.
And something I put it in my diabolical rage ranting, which I'm glad Kent Wilson did something much better than me.
But I enjoyed your rant as well.
Thank you. I gave you the other side of it. Man, this guy's a tool.
apart from the personal side of it, but no. But go ahead. You made.
But no, the Houston, it's almost 2,000 seats smaller. The Toyota Center for ice hockey. There are more luxury boxes, but that probably will make up for the 2,000. But the prices in Calgary, insane.
Yeah.
Even for WHL too, because this doesn't just affect the Flames, because the Hitmen will be affected too. If the Flames get sold and move, where does that leave them? I don't think the Calgary Flames Sports Entertainment is going to want to hold everything. The Calgary market, like you said, the biggest markets in the world.
Plus, we run into a problem too that Atlanta doesn't have a team right now. So how is Canada going to get another team?
True, very true too. We'll have to expand to Atlanta and Quebec City next. And also the fact that when you look at everything with the selling of teams now, especially in Carolina, that 7-year embargo of moving the team, or 7 season, or whatever the hell it was, like that embargo to move the team to relocate, that's going to be a wrench in everything too. So.
Well, and don't forget too. I mean, just as an aside, with the Hurricanes, they have a lease agreement that's ironclad to 2024. It would cost their new owner Tim Dundon. That sounds like the Law and Order thing. Dun dun. but that runs to 2024. It's ironclad. It would cost him way too much in legal fees and everything else to break it. So no, they're not. The Hurricanes are not going anywhere. But also to your point as well, and James Myrtle made an excellent point as well. He tweeted out is that Calgary is that, you know, you can't just say, well, the Calgary ownership can't say, well, screw you guys, then we'll just pick up and we'll move the team to Houston. Sorry, you don't have the ownership rights there, Bod, to Houston. They belong to the owner of the Houston Rockets. That's who they belong to. If you want to move that team, you have to sell it to him, and you're not going to get, you know what I mean? You're not that's just going to be basically a one-time payment. Sure, you're going to get a lot of money, but you're not going to reap the full benefits of it down the road because it's all going to the new owner in Houston.
And let's be honest,
that has to be sold on a very low dollar amount as well. Like you can't go to somebody and be like, hey, so we want to move and we're going to sell the team to you, and he's going to be like, all right, sure, I'll give you $10.
Exactly. And that's just it too. The valuation that they say that the Flames are worth $430 million, according to Forbes or what have you, like that. I mean, that's a big thing. That's not necessarily going to be the big selling point. Considering the fact that he just paid $2.2 billion to get the Rockets and the arena, odds are he's going to take the discount price of the Phoenix Coyotes or the Arizona Coyotes to buy and move them there, because that seems much more logical.
Exactly. I mean, and the whole thing of and part of, and the other thing that was flawed with Francis's argument as well is that the Seattle, the expansion fee to put a team in Seattle is $650 million. That's $150 million more than what Vegas paid. So that just gave the Calgary Flames $150 million additional reasons to move the team. No.
I don't think that's how
it's an expansion fee. It is not there is no relocation fee. It's an expansion fee.
All right, Johnny, go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm just.
It sucks when people don't know math.
I mean, like, I've watched sci-fi movies that have less plot holes than this fucking article.
Okay, it's not a great article.
At
all.
I mean, my God, like this. Wow. And to think that this went through someone else before it got into a situation
went through an editor and a publisher,
where it was actually out on the internet for other people to read.
Now, like
somebody else thought that this was a good idea.
Now, in the interest of full disclosure, too, I mean, I touched on the Flames thing in my soapbox piece on the weekend, because I was just looking at just a lot of just some general rambling thoughts on expansion and relocation and all that happy stuff. And I did say, and I still, as I said, this is why I don't fully dismiss it. I still say, at the end of the day, if the Flames ownership can't get an arena deal with Calgary, they'll move the Flames faster than you can whistle all my exes live in Texas. Okay? Because again, I don't put anything, and they're moved. Sorry, Johnny. Told you. See, you cursed. You made the curse happen. But no,
I'm cursed. That's for sure.
I don't fully dismiss the idea again of the Flames move, because we do agree that the Flames need a new arena. That is not in dispute. They need a new arena. But again, if they can't get a new one, if they just can't work out a deal for whatever reason, it would not surprise me if the Flames ownership decided to cut their losses and sell. It wouldn't surprise me. But there's, just to let me finish it, there's so many hurdles they have to jump, which really isn't going to benefit them really that much, compared to staying in Calgary for long, compared to just swallowing your pride, agreeing to pick up half the tab for the building, and for the new building, and just going on. Does it make a lot of long-term financial sense to do it? No. Well, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's made a dumb decision.
Exactly, especially in Calgary. Let's just put these weird rings at the end of each town. No, let's not. Don't do that. And that was also a thing that he brought up. These art pieces that make no sense. Okay, Eric, stop. Johnny, to answer your question, no, they're not losing money. They're making money. I think.
Oh God, yes.
So here's the problem that I have with sports teams, and this is not just a hockey thing. This is sports teams in general.
Sure.
What other business can come into a city and say, I want you to pay for half of the building that I work in?
I think that's how the Meyerhoff Symphony got built. Wait, no, it wasn't. You're right.
You can't walk into a city and be like, "Hey, so M&T Bank, yeah, we got this badass building in Canton, and we want Baltimore to pay for it."
There's two.
That doesn't occur.
Two places that can do that: Google and Amazon, and that's it. That's the only two places that could probably
And
do that.
apparently, sports teams.
Yeah, and sports teams. So three places: Google,
No.
Amazon, and sports teams.
Yeah, sports teams definitely. I mean,
Well, if you're an
you know,
Atlanta sports team, you use Amazon Prime. Will get to the new city in 2 days.
yeah.
But I just don't understand how this is a thing, though. Like, I feel like if you own then okay, maybe you own a sports team and somebody else owns the basketball team and you own the hockey team, and maybe you split the arena. Maybe that's the way it goes. But like, I don't think that there's a reason why these owners of sports teams should be going to cities and being like, "Hey, you need to pay for this, or we're going to move."
But see, that's why they do it. There have been so many. They've been able to have so many politicians in every city. They've been able to have them in their pocket to sit down and go and basically do their bidding for them, and to justify the investment, saying, "Oh, but it creates jobs. It's a key part of the economy." Blah 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 blah. Even though study after study after study indicates no. Really, it's not. It's not a major economic driver for a city. It's not. Yeah. Does it affect the identity of a city? Like when Winnipeg lost the Jets in 1996. Oh yeah, like that was a wound that that hurt. But the city survived and thrived. The city carried on.
Like move out of Winnipeg because the Winnipeg Jets weren't there any longer.
No, of course not.
No, they moved out of Winnipeg because it's a shit city.
Because it's friggin' cold. But no, but the city of Winnipeg just carried on. I mean, yeah, as sports fans, yeah, it hurt they lost the Jets, but it didn't affect industry coming there, didn't affect businesses, didn't affect people moving there looking for work, didn't affect it at all. So, it's utter nonsense to sit down and for these teams to jump. But see, it's like I said, a lot of these team owners, a lot of them are very, very powerful men of industry, and they have influence with local politicians, and they're the ones that they get to do it. Now in Calgary, you have a mayor and a lot of his members of his city council who, listen, yes, they love the Flames. Yes, they consider the Flames a vital part of the community. And yes, they're willing to pay a certain amount to build a new venue, but they're not going to sit there and carry the freight for most of it, and nor should they. And and that's why for the Flames, Flames ownership, that's why they've been so upset. That's why they stormed out of talks after especially trotting out Brian Burke to go and throw his truculence out there to try and scare them and rattle save. And that's why during the election, the Flames and NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman weren't very subtle on which side they were supporting in that election. They didn't come right out and say, vote Quimby, but they came very close to doing so. In fact, one member of the Flames organization actually did tweet that.
Well, they also had ads running for that guy in the building during the games.
Yeah.
Leading up to the election. I think his name was Joe Smith, like generic name.
Generic name.
Searcher name. Fantastic at Maryland, though.
Yeah,
that jumper he hit on their way to the on their way to winning the national championship.
Let's be honest, it was a seminal event. Lyle,
like I said, I love
it for Joe Smith.
But I love the Flames line though. Vote Quimby, he'd vote for you.
Exactly. And let's be honest, Lyle, another thing that has a hurdle The Board of Governors have to approve it. You think any of them are going to approve that?
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
Edmonton. Edmonton might hate them. They're not going to approve
Oh
them.
God, no! That's money. That's money. You think Calgary wants, or you think Vancouver wants to lose them? Because you know, do you think Winnipeg wants to see that go away? Hell, do you honestly think when Seattle gets a new team that they want to see a team that's just up to the north of them that they want to see them go to? Because they'll be another natural rival next to Vancouver. Calgary would be a natural rival for Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, they really would. So on so many levels, that's why I said, could the Flames be sold and relocated? It's possible. Will they? I just don't see it. At some point in the next 3 to 4 years, the two sides will get a deal worked out. You know, at some point the Flames will bend and they will agree to a deal. You know, Nenshi will throw some little, you know, some little sweeties in there so the Flames can kind of save face a bit. You know what I mean? He'll throw some sweeties in there for
Like
them.
Starbucks coupons.
But at the end of the day, no, the Starbucks concession in the building. But at the end of the
new Seattle owner.
yeah, but at the end of the day, they will get it done. It's just right now because for the Flames ownership, this is the thing that sucks for them. They look up the road in Edmonton and they see, like I said, the Oilers wound up, getting an arena built by a city council and mayor who were very keen and willing, even though they did put up a bit of a fight about it. They didn't just bend over and take it. But at the end of the day, the Oilers still got a pretty sweet deal.
They kind of stuck it out there at the end.
They still got themselves a pretty good deal out of it at the end of it. And they, Murray Edwards, one of the co-owners and basically the front man for
the figurehead,
the front man for Flames ownership, the latest band coming out of Calgary. But no, they looked up the road and saw that, and they want the same thing. And Mayor Nenshi's going, I am not that guy.
Hey, maybe they can move to Edmonton.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's about that? No, that won't work. But
obviously, second Toronto team.
There you go.
I just still despise how sports teams are able to do this.
Listen, I'm with you,
like
Johnny.
Los Angeles is effectively like a two-bit hooker
it's a
for the
perfect
NHL,
example.
for the NFL at this point,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like Los Angeles literally has, what if they've had like 8 teams in the past 14 years, and they come through for a year or two and they go somewhere else.
And look how they screwed. I mean, look at it. They screwed over St. Louis that way. Like, okay, you rip the Rams out of there, and we're gonna, out of Los Angeles, and we're sending them to you. And St. Louis has this team for 20 years, and they love them. And then what happens?
I'm gonna blame that on Stan Kroenke more than LA.
Yeah, but still,
I will blame that on ownership.
Still, at the end of the day, but that's the thing. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find an NHL arena that's been built entirely with private money. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is the Bell Center in Montreal, because that was built originally by the Molson family. So
isn't the arena in LA also owned by IMG? I don't know if they built it all.
That's the arena.
Anschutz.
I think it's Anschutz. Yeah, AEG.
Anschutz, yeah,
the owner of the Kings.
Yeah, they are also the ones who own that the arena in Kansas City as well.
Yeah.
But there are actually a lot of MLS stadiums that are owned by the owner that has built them, which is a completely interesting thought process to me. And maybe that is just because MLS doesn't have the clout that some of the 4 big pro sports do in the US. But how do the MLS owners have enough money to build their own stadiums?
Yeah,
and the NHL owners don't.
I have a list. I have a list.
Sure,
it is from Flames
Nation.
Nation.
Order that a list that's in. It's
exactly
Biggie, Jay-Z, Tupac.
Ryan Pike had a thing about how every NHL arena was funded.
Okay.
They have a thing where it says the city, when it opened, the owner, and the public money. And public money means that governmental bodies had to fork over a significant portion of capital outlay of the building. So take it for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So the only arenas I'm seeing here that were not that did not have a majority of public money funded The one in Las Vegas because AEG and MGM built that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Winnipeg,
Mhm.
the MTS Center.
Right.
Columbus is another one. Looks like the Air
Wow.
Canada Center. That I don't know. I don't know how much the public fund it put into that. The Pepsi Center in Colorado, and the Staples Center, as well as DC.
The Verizon
Yeah.
Center? Well, the COC?
Right? Yeah, the CAC, the COA.
Capital One Center? Capital One Arena, right?
Yeah, Capital One Arena. Yeah, it looks like there's a decent amount, but it doesn't say how much a percentage the public monies was. Like they're saying it wasn't a significant portion, but who knows how much of a portion it was.
Mm.
So
We do have a question real quick, and
Okay.
this might be a question solely for Newark, but it says, do you think that they make them use public money because the team itself is going to bring in revenue for shopping and whatnot around the arena? That's Brian. The live chat is live again.
what was that question again?
It said, do you think that owners make them use public money for the arenas because the team is going to bring in revenue for shopping and beer sales and bars around the arena?
I think there's a hint of that, but at the same time, you look at Ottawa and you look at Arizona, and those did not pan out as they would have planned.
Oh, okay. By the way, I've got a list now. It's dated in 2010 of
Okay.
the teams that were all built. Breakdown of it. Okay,
On Rock and Roll.
Anaheim, the Anaheim Honda Center, all public money. Boston TD Garden, paid for by team owners, but with $60 million in land donated by the government. Buffalo, at the time in '96, it cost $122 million, $54 million in public funds. Calgary, Pengrove Center, $100 million in 1983, all public money because it was being built for the Olympics.
Right.
Okay, which would then, of course, go on to be used as as an NHL thing. The RBC Center in Carolina, $154 million, of which $134 million was public money. Chicago United Center, 1999, $175 million, only $30 million in public money. Not bad. Columbus Nationwide Arena, $175 million, all private money. So yeah,
Wow.
Nationwide is on your side.
No doubt.
Pepsi Center, $180 million, of which $4.5 million was public. So
That's not
But
bad.
most
bad.
of that was actually the tabs that people put in off of the Coke cans.
Interesting. Interesting how that
Dallas American Airlines Center, $380 million, $155 million in public money. Edmonton, okay, now this was before
That was the
new
old
venue.
Edmonton.
This was the old. Okay, Florida Bank Atlanta Center, 1998, $212 million, of which $184 million was public. This still says Nassau Coliseum, so we won't.
But that was also an expansion team.
Los Angeles Staples Center, 1999, $400 million, only $70.5 million was public.
Wait, Johnny, which was the expansion team?
Which one?
Florida.
Yeah,
No,
was
this
it
was
Florida's
90, that was
arena?
90, that was 98.
yeah.
That was
Florida came into being in 93, 94.
Oh, so they got a new arena within 6 years? Jesus.
Yeah, because they were using the old Tampa Bay was using the old Trop. But they were using where the Miami Heat played.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Madison Square Garden, which opened in 1968, was renovated in 1990. Well, that was the previous reno. $200 million, all private. So MSG, all private. Bell Center, $400 million, 1996, all private. Nashville Summit Center, it's not even called that anymore.
Bridgestone,
1996, yeah, Bridgestone. $144 million, all public. That was so they would build, they had to do that so that they build the arena so that they could put a team there. Prudential Center, 2007 in Newark, $467.5 million redevelopment around a new arena, $311.5 million in public funds. Scotiabank Place, $146 million, all private. So there you go.
See, I have a feeling though that
Ottawa was all private.
Ottawa, private.
I have a feeling though that the whole Newark thing was more of a revitalization than it was a new arena.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The Wachovia Center, is it still called that? I don't know. Philadelphia?
Wells Fargo Center.
Wells Fargo. I knew that didn't sound right. $217.5 million, only $32 million in public money. So
Not bad.
again, not bad. Yeah.
How much is this public money? Just the donation of land, I guess.
Well, I would say maybe the
See, you know-
Wells Fargo, Philadelphia might have been that might have
Just
been
the
part of it.
Land.
See, I don't even have a problem if the city donates land.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
have a
that's
problem
fine.
with that.
Sure.
I don't have a problem with that. And if that it has some sort of value to it, and that's going to go to the price of the arena, then cool. That's fine with me. The fact that they're still asking people to spend money on the actual building of the arena is what kills me.
Mhm. The current location of your Arizona Coyotes, back then it was still called jobbing.com arena. That was so great. I love
best.
reading that.
The Barry Harwood Center.
$225 million, of which $180 million was public money. Pittsburgh Penguins, Consol Energy said it's not even called Consol, is it? I don't
No,
think.
it's Pittsburgh Paint Arena.
Exactly. $321 million with $15 million a year from government for 30 years, $4.2 million a year from the Penguins. Penguins and the government each also put up $15.5 million to start.
That was also a team that used another city in order to try to get something.
Yep.
St. Louis, $170 million, 1994, $34.5 million in public. St. Paul, the Exol Energy Center, $130 million, of which $95 million was public funds. San Jose, $165.2 million, of which $132.5 was public. Tampa Bay, $139 million, $124 million in public funds. Toronto, ACC, you were right, $174.9 million, all private. Washington, $260 million, only $60 million in public funds. Not bad.
I want to say that's probably the land for downtown DC.
Yeah, that's one of those. Exactly. And finally, Vancouver, because of course Winnipeg and Vegas weren't on this list yet. Remember, there's a 2010 list. $116 million, all private. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we've at least resolved that. I mean, yeah,
So there's actually more all private stadiums than I actually gave.
Yeah, there's more there than I thought, but there's still but the bulk, the majority were spent with the majority of public funds.
And a lot of it had to do with you have to build this to keep this or get this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Nashville is a prime example.
So the building this to get this thing, though, I understand that.
Well, if you're willing to put that money in to attract the franchise, you're going in and doing it willingly. Okay, you're going into this with eyes wide open, right? Yeah. But if you're doing this because the team is threatening to leave if you don't, I don't. And that's
the problem I have.
And that's the problem I have too, Johnny. Exactly. Because here's the thing, though. What we're learning with Calgary, that threat works if you're in a shaky market, right? That threat works. And now you could say, well, Edmonton wasn't a shaky market. Well, no, Edmonton wasn't a shaky market because they were celebrating. But let's not forget, the Oilers were nearly moved 20 years ago. They nearly were sold and relocated. It was literally last-minute purchase by 300 private owners in Edmonton.
487, Lyle.
Exactly. I'm sorry. 487. I stand corrected. Raw 692.
All 38,526.
I see your 38 and raise you 197,612.2.
That's amazing because that's actually way more people that could fit in the stadium.
I know. But the thing was, though, but like I said,
they couldn't even have an all owners night because no one would it would be like first come, first serve.
But the thing was, though, with Edmonton was that you talk about scars that run deep. The fact they nearly lost the Oilers and they fought so hard to keep the team there, and they were constantly under that threat for almost 15 years, really. Well, no, not quite that long, but at least another decade after they bought the team. That it was from 97 to 2007 that threat was always hanging over their heads. It was always there. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that played a part in the willingness of the city of Edmonton to pony up what they did to build a new arena. But in Calgary, that never came to pass. There was talk, sure, 15, 16, 17 years ago that the Flames might relocate. Again, this was back when the Canadian dollar was really on the value of a peso and you didn't have revenue sharing. And again, it was 20 years ago, different time. But now, Calgary is a thriving city, and Mayor Nenshi is quite content to sit there and go, hey, You know, we're willing to kick in, but we're not going to carry the freight here. And that's where we're seeing here for the first, which is why, listen, I don't know Marinenci from a hole in the ground. I don't support him, don't whatever, but I love
Every
what
time
he's
you
doing
say
here.
His name, all I hear is mariachi.
Nick Mariachi. Da, 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 da. But, you know, the fact that he's willing to do this, and if successful, there's a template right there. There's proof that if you are a thriving city, a strong market, trying to threaten to you know, do subtle threats that you'll move, you know, or to get more public funding for your venue, that's not going to work. Believe me, there are going to be some cities that are going to be looking at that going, oh, okay, you can stand up to these guys.
Yeah. Okay,
Saying-
let's wrap it up on this.
Yeah.
What happens first? A team moves to Houston or Seattle takes the ice?
Seattle takes the ice.
Seattle.
Now remember, Seattle has to take the ice. It can't take the ice until October 2020.
They'll take the ice by then. I think they will. I think
They'll
that
take the ice before Arizona moves.
Yeah.
To Houston.
because Bettman is so determined to keep that team there. That's the thing. Every year this comes up. Oh, Coyotes could move, and every year they don't.
Well, don't they have to be out of the arena by this year?
Well, the clock is ticking. I mean, they are trying to get. Now, I will say this: if they don't get at least plans for a new arena sorted out soon, that they could. Then we could see another Atlanta situation in a hurry here. But in which case, Houston would be the most logical destination. But Seattle.
Is it even possible Mayflower out of a city these days?
I think you
Really
can.
cold city.
You can have. There, I've seen Mayflower trucks. Yeah, there are.
I don't think it's as easy as it once was.
No, everything is online now.
Yeah,
but it's as easy once as it ever was.
It's true. All right. Well, that was our Eric Francis is a douche half hour.
But no. It started out as that, and then became I think a really good discussion on the whole
topic
relocation thing.
Here's another fun topic.
Yes.
Eric Carlson gave his 10-team trade list, and everyone is scared.
I know he's gonna leave. Oh no!
Oh boy, howdy, Eric Carlson. Now, was this a 10-team that he can't be traded to, or can be traded to?
10-team no trade list.
No trade. Gotcha.
And he's not the only one, by the way. There's he has 8 other teammates as well that they request who carries.
That's
some
an absurd
clauses.
amount of no trades, by the way.
I
just
know.
want to put that out there.
When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they do have a lot of people with no trade clauses in one form or another, and I was like, why?
Yeah, exactly. Where do they get off as a team?
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? But they're not the only ones. There's 8 other guys, actually 9, but Clark MacArthur is all but retired, so
essentially
no list to him. But guys like of course Dion Phaneuf. Puppy. I mean he's one of those. Well, Bobby Ryan. Good luck trying to move him though with that 7.5
Bobby Ryan's
million.
terrible.
No, that's not moving.
No.
Not unless they want to pick up half of that cost or take back a toxic contract.
No.
But that's an interesting one though. Carlson, Do I think no? I don't believe that move happens in season, if at all. But if it does happen, I think it takes place next July because, as I said, Carlson, our team's going to be interested. Hell, line forms to the left. You damn betcha. But he is next summer a year away from unrestricted free agency, right? And teams aren't going to go and pony up a bunch of assets for a guy that they don't know they can re-sign or not. I think that teams that are interested in him, they want to wait until next July when they can officially, once the Senators give them permission, they could go and then talk to Carlson and his agent to see if he'd be interested in signing a contract extension. If he is, then they'll make the go. But I don't see that move happening now. Don't see it in season.
No, you can't. You can't. There's not enough space on the internet for the rage tens of Ottawa's fans will do, and the pundits, the hockey pundits, they will be all over that.
Well, and not to mention, you're not going to get back as many assets when you make the trade before the deadline as you will in the offseason. I've actually I still see people from time to time going, no, movement trade deadline. That's the best time. It's like, wrong, you morons, because there are more teams in the summertime with more money because they're flush with cap dollars and they're more willing to make moves. That's why the bulk of moves in the salary cap world take place in the off season, not in season.
Is there a way to quantify that? Like, let's say that there are players traded in the offseason. Like, obviously money is easy to quantify. Obviously, maybe draft picks probably are easy to quantify as it relates to value, but players are a little harder over the course of history to quantify. Do you think that there's a way to quantify that and go back in time and see if your theory is correct? If trades over the summer actually produce more value for the star player involved in the trade.
Well,
would you go to stats?
We could go back and look at a quick and dirty way to do it would just be check out NHLTradeTracker.com. They have all the lists of all the trades, and you can go back and look at all the off-season trade. You buy season, and for them, season starts 1 July running to 30 June because that's the normal NHL season.
And the contract season.
Yes, the contract season, but you can go back and take a look then, and that'll determine. But I'm just going by, if you look at the number of named players that get moved, especially actual hockey trades as well, they tend, in the salary cap world, they tend to take place more often than not now in the off season. I mean, now this season obviously has been a little bit different because we saw 2 actual hockey trades take place last month. God, I hope that's I hope that's a trend we're going to see going forward. I hope that general managers now have finally figured it out and can actually make these moves in season. But for a guy like Karlsson, though, a guy who is an elite defenseman, I mean, I think you're better. And again, the whole point I was making, if he was under contract beyond 2019, I would say, well, okay, maybe there's a chance. But the fact that he's a year away from unrestricted free agency, I don't see any team wanting to pull the trigger on a deal in season right now. I think they wait until late June into early July so that they can have the opportunity to talk to his agent and him to see if he wants to resign.
Yep, that's going to be a big, big talking point. Is there going to be a fire sale in Ottawa Lyle? Can there be a fire sale, I should say, with all these with these no trade clauses?
Well, yeah, there can be, and I think there will be, because there are some players there that if they want to put them on the market, absolutely they'll be interested. I mean, Mike Hoffman, I think, springs to mind. I think right now he's being grossly misused by Guy Boucher. I mean, you look at some of the line mates that poor guy's been saddled with. It's no wonder his production's down. Cody Ceci, I think, would certainly attract attention. He's only 23 years old. Yeah, his performance is down again. But again, I attribute that to Guy Boucher. Again, I think the problem. I don't think the problem's in the room. I think the problem is behind the bench. The players have tuned him out. You can just tell.
Was quick.
But he has such a short shelf life. Mm-hmm. He really does. He's that
very Ted Nolan-esque.
Well, yeah, because his system it just, after a while, I mean, it requires almost robotic precision to work. And you've got some creative players on that team, and they want to be able to play to their strengths. At the end of the day, the successful coaches know how to get players to play. Okay, the player will agree to play your system, but you're also giving him leeway to be creative too. Those are the successful coaches, and those are the successful teams. That's not happening in Ottawa. Yeah, it worked last year. And part of the reason it worked last year was because, Craig Anderson was also playing, great as well. And Mike Condon played really well too. But you also had Erik Karlsson, who just played out of his mind, especially on a busted friggin' foot. I mean, God, that was one of the gutsiest playoff performances I've ever seen. But his performance is obviously down this year. He's still feeling the lingering after effects of that, So, but anyway, yeah. But to your point, yeah, like I said, Hoffman, Ceci, perhaps Derek Brassard. There's teams that need depth at center, and if you're a playoff contender, I think that he would interest people. And Jean-Gabriel Pageau, I think I think he would interest some clubs as well. If they're crazy enough to put Stone on the market, sure, fine, go ahead. But I don't think they want to make that move. I think they want to keep him. He's a strong two-way player for them. The same as I find myself agreeing with Bruce Garriock. I think that the Sens want to at least see first if they can re-sign Carlson, if he's willing to be part of a rebuild, because he's only 27, right? Now, if he's willing to buy into a rebuild, if we're looking at a turnaround here within 4 years, because these turnarounds can happen pretty quick. We found, if you keep a decent core of talent, and okay, you do the fire sale thing and you bring in younger talent, but you're able to find younger players that can come in and step in and play well for you, the turnaround can happen within 3 to 4 years. It can happen quickly. So, if they can get Carlson to buy into it, maybe, it'll still cost him a lot of money, but if he's willing to buy in and they can arrive at a reasonable deal, then okay, yeah, you re-sign Carlson. That still becomes an attractive selling point as well if you want to look at maybe grabbing a good young free agent off the market too. So, perhaps it could work, but I don't know. That's a tough sell when you're talking about a guy who wants to win, and Carlson wants to win. They got close last year. They got close. So be interesting to see, but I do think a bit of a fire sale is going to happen. I think there's going to be a couple of guys who's on that roster now will not be on that roster by February 26th.
I'm just looking. By the way, this NHL trade tracker is phenomenal.
Isn't it just? I told you, it's fantastic. Yep.
Like I didn't know that Wally Kilray, Al Shields, and the loan of Sid Howe were traded to the Philadelphia Quakers from the Ottawa Senators for $35,000 cash.
Goes back a long way. I don't usually go back that.
Oh, I'm
far.
going back that far, Lyle. I'm going back that far in a big way.
But I'll tell you, it was a great. I stumbled across a few years ago as a research tool when I was actually researching, trades going back to the start of from the first lockout that we ever had back in 94, 95.
Interesting.
And I was just kind of looking at how the trade market was impacted by the different CBAs. So yeah, it was
Fancy.
good. It's a good
day.
Tool.
Lyle, if we're trying to give away something, I don't know how we give it away. In all honesty,
Give it away now.
just have we should tie it in with our jersey thing. We should tie it in with the jersey thing we're going to do later in the show. I don't know how though. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud now. Edmonton looking at backup goaltenders, as is everybody. Not really big news. Christmas tree phrase next Tuesday. Hey, how about that? And NHL teams deciding if junior age players can join the World Junior teams or not. This, as a tale as old as time itself. I think Nolan Patrick would actually be good on a Canadian team rather than the Philadelphia Flyers. That's just me.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's like, look, I understand the Flyers' desire to want to, they kind of have visions of this kid coming in and maybe kind of lighten it up, maybe like Patrick Laine did the year before, because Nolan was the second overall pick,
right?
So kind of following the Laine footsteps or the Jack Eichel footsteps, if you will. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt him. Just if you're the Flyers, just admit that. Okay, this kid needs another year of seasoning, and yeah, let's send him back to junior and let's loan him out to the World Juniors and just yeah.
Lau, did you know the NHL 100 games this weekend? Because I sure didn't.
Yeah, I heard rumors and whispers, but boy, howdy, they sure aren't promoting it very much, are they?
Oh, boy, did they fuck that one up.
Oh, my God. What do they think? They just assume we Canadians are going to watch this? We're just like, oh, okay, like I'm a Canadians fan going, oh, okay, going to be playing the Senators on Saturday. Oh, and it's outdoors. Oh, what a novelty. Okay.
Which team will, or what team? What outdoor game is going to be the worst marketed? Is it going to be this one or the Annapolis game? Go.
Oh, this one, I think, by far.
Wow.
This one, I think it's this one. I think it's the one coming up this weekend. Because here it is. We're 2-3 days away from it, and it's getting very little play up here in Canada. It really is.
Which is odd, considering it is a big market like the Montreal Canadiens in this game.
Well, playing in you're playing in Ottawa. I mean,
that's a thing.
Yeah, but two teams. But here's the thing. Yeah, look, I know that one team is in free fall and one team is basically one more Carey Price injury away from being in free fall again. Two teams, yes, I know it's two teams that aren't really very good right now. But God damn it, they're still, it's still Montreal. It's still, it's still two Canadian teams playing outdoors, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Come on, get behind it, right? Get behind it.
Well, you could have said that about last year in the Winnipeg. Like, it was great in Winnipeg, but yeah, we'll see about that. Apparently, Johnny, we have a question that you said that we have.
We do. Live chat brings us in a question.
And this is one actually I'm going to write
group.
about tonight. So
This is for the whole group on what we think about GMBM going to Russia to talk to Samsonov and his camp. Samsonov, I was way off.
it means
And what that means for the rest of the goaltending crew.
here's
for the
what it
Caps.
means. Here's what it means. Nothing. It means and here's why. It's because he has they can't sign him until after April 30, I think it is, when the KHL season ends. This is his last season. They're doing their due diligence to see how he's playing and see how he would affect it. Right now, they have two really decent goaltending prospects, Phoenix Copley and also Vitek Vanecek. I think they're trying to gauge what Samsonov wants, because if he wants immediately to be the backup in the NHL club, they're not going to sign him. Because
Really?
I don't think they will, because he hasn't gone through North America game and Russian game,
Sure.
different things. And I
Agreed
think
completely.
if he's demanding to be the backup and he'll take nothing less, I think that's going to be a stopping point, because these other guys have actually worked their asses off to get to where they're at. Vitek Vanecek a couple years ago was a very unknown guy, and I think he's probably one of the dark horse, like kind of Braden Holtby kind of guys, where he's just laying in the weeds and could be a starting goaltender for this club.
But because what I've read on it coming out of the Washington media there is they make note of the fact that Philip Grubauer is going to be a restricted free agent next summer, so it makes sense to do this. Could they maybe use Grubauer in the off season as a trade chip? And maybe that's why you're seeing a bit more of this possibility that he could that Varlamov or the Samsonov could come in. Varlamov, yeah. So bring back Varlamov, guys. Woohoo, there you go. Turn your Varlamov jerseys, because he's coming back.
Do you see Grubauer even making it through this season? Like, if the Caps are trying to make a playoff spot or in that wild card fight, like, do they think about even trading him now and bringing
No.
He's a proven commodity. I think.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there, Scotty. He's a trade chip you could use, but I think they'd have to be really desperate by that point. And right now they're not. I mean, the Caps are playing. They're playing better.
They could be. They're 3 points out of being like 6th in the Metro. So,
but by the same token, though, they are. They are playing better. They've certainly sucked it up once after Oshie went down. I thought that was gonna hurt them, but no, they seem to be showing some signs that they're showing some stability here. So, all may not be lost. I just don't think they're even remotely to that point right now. And as long as they're not in danger of tumbling out of playoff contention, or if they're outside the playoff picture looking in, I think that's what it would take for them to consider moving Grubauer before the trade deadline. Not at all.
So it's more of a draft thing.
Yeah.
Trade the rights.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Mark, your idea on this?
See,
good one. Nailed it. Like
Ooh,
always.
Sean Leahy will not know what the fuck is going on now.
Look,
We understand.
I'm sorry.
Thank God.
I've been up and down.
Mark
The kid's
just brought up
screaming.
Juan Patanzo.
kid's been screaming, trying to get him to sleep. I'm all over the place today.
Here's what you do.
We get it, brother. We get it.
As a father, here's what you do.
Whiskey.
Sleep. Sleep.
No. What you do is you just a little magical drop of Uncle Lyle's teething whiskey. Puts him down in no time.
I already
Here
told
you go.
Brittany
What you do is
every
you throw the
time that
money
he
way
started
up in the
yelling.
air, and whatever God wants, he keeps.
I already told Brittany that every time that he starts yelling, I'm just going to start yelling right back in his face until one of us stops.
Probably you being hauled up by the cops.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that ain't gonna work. As great a fantasy as it is, sometimes I hear you, brother. I've been there. I know how you feel. Scotty's been there too. We know how that feels like. It's like I just like you. Oh yeah, how do you like it? Wah, wah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
there is now a new minor league baseball. This is a minor league base. I don't know if this has been said.
Oh, please say that it's the Beauville bacon and eggs.
You're half right. There's a new team in Macon, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Macon Bacon.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
I bring to you the Macon Bacon with
Yes!
the bacon strip as a
That is fantastic.
All right, that's actually good. That's really good.
strong.
See, if you named a minor league team bacon and eggs, though, then the articles write themselves. Because when you lose games, then people can be like, "Sorry, we don't serve breakfast here."
This, by the way, this.
Oh,
this
wow.
right here is glorious. My lord.
What is a bacon suit?
Yes.
It's a bacon strip suit. It's amazing.
But you know what's going to happen if they, like lopsided, they get a lopsided, loss, it'd be like, bacon fried,
Yeah, I know.
bacon burnt.
But if
by-
they're doing great, bacon sizzle to their 7th victory. So
bacon burnt by solar dogs, or any team with heat in it.
oh, that'd be fantastic.
But
Bacon,
yes,
don't put
to
your
your,
counter on.
but
Bacon
yes, to your
game.
point.
Soggy bacon game rained out.
Yes, soggy bacon.
Amazing.
Oh, but I love that one though. Yeah, like you said, if they go on a hot streak, yeah, bacon sizzles and 6-game winning streak. Yes.
Bacon, love it. All right, let's get to the
If they don't serve breakfast at the stadium, I have
No,
issues
they
with
have.
Oh
If
God.
every game is
I
at
wish
a 9 o'clock first pitch, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. first pitch. The first 100 customers get a free breakfast burrito.
Come on.
Like it would be hilarious if they served brunch, because that would be fantastic.
No.
to me.
It's just that everything's gonna be bacon wrapped. Everything.
And
Bacon-wrapped
that's
taco.
glorious.
That's not wrong.
What's wrong with that?
You're making that wrong, Mark.
Yes,
Don't make that wrong.
yes.
What?
Don't
You're not-
make that
yeah.
wrong.
How many stadium things could you bacon wrap?
Everything.
Everything.
Could you bacon wrap a what's the funnel cake? Can
Ma-
you bacon wrap a
Yes, you
funnel cake?
can. Yes. You dip it in some bacon grease. You put some of that bacon salt on there. You put some bacon salt, and you're loving life.
Wow.
I would actually try it if I had enough. If
What
I
could
drank
you
enough
not
booze,
do?
I could
Like,
try
what could you not bacon wrap at a stadium?
I'm trying to decide between Coors Light and Bud Light.
Bacon strip in
With
it.
bacon.
I mean, come
For an
on,
extra $2, you can get some bacon with it.
God, bacon wrapped candy bars, salty and sweetie, all at the same time. It's awesome.
Listen, there's cardiologist offices down the first baseline, so just
There
go
you
ahead.
go.
Just go ahead.
And can I
Go
just
ham.
Can I just say, if I lived in, if I lived
Go
in a
ham.
baseball town and they actually had like 9 a.m. games, I would go.
See, that
Well,
didn't get
Lyle,
the
you're
pop I
close
was
to that,
expecting.
you're close to that senior citizen discount. so,
Exactly. That's
like,
why.
that's where we kind of split off.
Yes, I know, but that's why I said that's why I
mean,
would go of 9 a.m. games.
They could actually they could market the team as being like a major league team, but the tickets are only half the bacon.
Mm.
See?
Let's go to the pick'em segment.
Was that too far?
A little bit. We will
Just an awkward silence for a second there.
That's
Put another ad in there. Fine. All right. So last week in the pick'em segment, Johnny, big winner.
Hey,
Pentacle
Look
Ice
at that.
Fire 14. Lyle second with the Huntsville Halloween Havoc, and Mark and me tied for
Woohoo.
last with 5 total in the year. Johnny
I'm
was
so good at this.
Johnny was 67, me was 65, Lyle with 54, and Mark's just glad to be here.
It's true.
and we're glad to have him here too.
This week, the AHL, the American Hockey League, and we're going to go with Mark.
Oh man.
Ha
I get to pick the first team. I'm gonna do something crazy this week.
Not crazy.
And I'm going to go with the team that I think is winning.
Something bacon wrapped.
Good Lord, man. That's
concept
madness.
Clearly, this center of the league business isn't working so great.
You're-
And in
you're
this
giving
case,
the
it
world
would
thing
be
Yes,
really hard. to do.
character counting is fantastic.
It'll
Yeah.
never work. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's got to be a team in the Central, I would guess. But I'm not going to do that. I guess the Hershey Bears are probably doing pretty good. I don't know. I'm going to do that because we're all Bears.
We are also Bears.
We're also Bears.
All right, I get to pick second. Let me go with a team that used to be called something of a pork product. The team that replaced them, they play at the Wells Fargo Arena, not the Center. The Iowa Wild. So,
Wait, how's that a
you
pork
said
product?
because they used to be called the Iowa Chops.
That's right.
But
you also, I think you also just took away Johnny's bit there too. That would have been a very
think I
that was a
did.
very easy one.
But he's got another easy one too.
That's a
nope. I went farther. The AHL has actually got a cavalcade of even numbers for their team.
good.
Yeah.
So what you got, man?
You're up first.
Oh,
right?
I'm
Or
up
am I?
first. I'm sorry, I'm up first. Yes. Well, of course, keeping with my thing, the wrestling theme, and I'm gonna go with an obvious one: the Rochester Real Americans.
Nice. And now Johnny.
So I think this is the longest
Ooh.
set that I've found so far in the counting phase of this game.
I
This
think I
is
know where you're
11
going.
characters for both.
I know where you're going.
11 characters front and back.
Oh,
it's the Springfield Thunderbirds.
wow!
There it is.
Yes, sir.
That is amazing.
I'm gonna ask you to check your math on that.
Uh-oh.
Hold on,
Uh-oh.
let's see.
Yeah.
1, 2,
no, he's
3,
right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2,
And?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh,
Oh,
That's fine.
that damn.
check out the big brain on Mark.
I wonder how many other times he's cheated.
No, come on.
Actually,
now.
so that was very close, and I'm
That was
already
just that.
sleepy
I chalked that up to an accident. I'm sticking up for you, Johnny. I will not
I
hit
did
you.
go
Miss
far.
Lurch.
I
Miss
go
Lurch.
farther down.
I'll give
This
it
is
to you
what I
if you
actually-
only take one Thunderbird.
This is what I did earlier. This is what
Pick the top scorer of the
what I-
Thunderbird.
This is what I tried to do earlier. See, the Toronto Marlies are 7 each,
Yes.
and then I found an 11, and I was like, I'm going to go 11 because that's. I mean, I'm turning it up.
You always,
so-
you always want to turn it
go
up.
to 11.
So then, apparently, Mark is still more awake than he lets on to.
Right?
So fucking liar is what I'm saying right now. people.
Yeah, I know.
Who's the liar
I know.
now? Oh yeah.
I know.
The Utica Comets would have been a fun one too.
Why? Because that's 5 and 6.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
not
How
the
you
same
spell?
either.
Yeah.
All right, maybe
I
it's
looked
not
at
more
that
than
one.
You
No,
just
they
put
were
an extra A
store.
at the end of
Mark
Utica.
just had his one moment of clarity, and now he's back to sleepy father mode again. Sleepy
that.
dad.
All right, Johnny, you taking Springfield? Your final answer?
Yeah, I'm staying. I'm
All right,
sticking
cool.
with it. I don't care.
Good.
I did what I did. I do what I do. I counted 11 when I counted it up, and it's 11 each.
All right, kids, we're doing this bit again. So it's greatest hockey uniforms.
Yes.
If you don't like it, eat a
Love
dick.
this game.
So here we go. And also, here's how we can get into the picture, which I'll show after we're done with this. Tell us your favorite. Which one of your favorite matchup wins? This, whatever. Anyway, which one of your favorite ones that we talked about here is your favorite, and then favorite up, and then at Face Off Hockey Show, at Face Off HCKY Show on Twitter, and
There's
then
a
we'll
lot
get you
of
into the-
favoritism playing right now.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
favorite up. All right, so here we go. The 67-70 Maple Leafs and the 67-80 Kings.
Well, while I appreciate the classic Leafs, I love those old Kings colors. So I'm going Kings, vintage Kings.
Mark.
I'm going with the Lakers.
All right.
Yay!
Doesn't matter, but Johnny.
Going Kings too, all purple all the time.
Yes.
All purple Earth thing. And because of Toronto biased, it's a 50-50 matchup for some reason.
That's better
Wow.
than expected.
Yes, that is
Next-
unexpected.
Next showdown, randomize the current Ottawa Senators and the 1947-76 New York Rangers.
Ooh, that's exactly the same.
Both teams lose.
All right, Johnny picks nuclear bomb. Mark,
Eh,
if you had to pick between a giant douche and a turd sandwich,
You know what? So I'm gonna have to pick. If I have to pick,
Yes.
in this situation,
Gun to your head.
I pick the Ottawa Senators, but only for the fist pump.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. I like it.
For the Carlson fist pump.
There it is. Mark?
How do they even distinguish between this Rangers jersey and any other Rangers jersey?
Because last week we had a Rangers jersey that had the logo on it.
Yes.
So
we
that's
did.
how they distinguished it. There was a breakup.
I mean,
And
this
because
one's
it's not-
obviously different than every other Rangers.
And it's
Rangers jersey
15%
you've ever
heavier than the New Jerseys. So
Yeah.
guess Mark's chalking up
The
to
fans love the jersey bit, by the way.
Ottawa.
Well, the live chat.
Good.
Oh, we love doing it. Mark?
Yeah, you have to pick too. If I had
Ottawa.
to.
Oh, Ottawa.
All right, Ottawa. It doesn't matter, but Lyle, who do you got?
Oh, I got to go Rangers. I'm still old
All
school.
right, well, there we go. This one between no one cares and who gives a shit. 37%. It's great. No one. Current Anaheim Ducks against the old school Flyers. A lot of orange and black earth thing. This is
Wowzers.
a Todd P. Butts dream matchup because he's all about orange and black for some reason. Mark.
Ducks. Give me the Ducks.
Ducks. Lyle.
I'm going Flyers.
Flyers. Johnny tiebreaker.
This is gonna sound very bad coming out, but I am going Flyers. I love those
Wow.
jerseys.
Yes. Yes.
I love the racing stripes down the arms.
Mm-hmm.
63-37, of course.
Yeah.
It's-
There we go.
Fly-
Oh,
all
yeah.
Flyers
I
are-
always love those ones.
All right, we want to pick a team. Mark, pick a team.
See, if we pause long enough, live chat can pick a team, but it's going to take like 45 seconds to get to YouTube live. So.
I already went through all my favorite jerseys that ever existed. Yeah, choose somebody else.
May I pick one?
Yes, sir.
Colorado Rockies.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's-
you go ahead.
That's strong. That's
Ooh,
fucking
that's strong.
that's
May I pick
strong.
one? Yes. No.
Sorry. May I pick one? Yes. Go fuck yourself. What? All right.
My bad.
Fine. Here we go. Boom. Fish sticks against Rangers.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Ugh.
Lyle, you get first pick.
Rangers. I refuse to acknowledge that abomination that was the fish sticks.
Johnny.
I'm gonna say that I was a big fan of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm going fish.
Nice one.
Good rep, bro.
Yes, they named their team after a serial killer. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I don't Jennifer Love
Oh.
Hewitt.
There it is. Click to pick. We're gonna pick the Islanders because fuck those knee pads. Those knee pads are terrible. Fitty matchup.
It's broken.
It's broken, guys. We can't fix it. All right. Oh, current Flames against current Jets.
Oh, is this like an actual game? Because I'm not really sure who would win that
Well,
one.
no, Jerome McGinley's here. So he's
Yeah.
not playing. Johnny.
I like the Flaming Sea. I'm gonna go with Flames.
Good one, Mark, with a flaming C.
There's actually 2 Flaming Seas on that jersey, so I'm gonna go with the Flaming Sea as well.
All right, doesn't matter, but Lyle.
Gotta go Flaming Seas.
There we go. Clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. How are they losing?
Oh my God. Wow.
That's a
It's
Jets
like we
fans
don't
stuff
even
in the
know-
ballot box there.
that's amazing. Oh, here we
Oh
go.
my God. Oh.
Are you
Scouts to
serious?
Kansas City against Nashville Predators.
This isn't even fair.
Oh, that is beautiful. I'm taking the lead on this one. KC Scouts.
All right, Mark.
That Scouts jersey is pretty terrible.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It is not.
Hughes.
Dude, for the 1970s, that's actually
what I'm
pretty
saying.
restrained, man.
That looks a lot like the kitchen that my parents had in the house we grew up in.
That
That's
notwithstanding.
actually true. That's actually
Okay.
pretty true.
Oh,
We did
okay.
have, we had red shag carpeting for a while.
And that yellow was pretty much all the appliances were that yellow. Yeah, I'll go with the Scouts jersey. It reminds me of home.
There you
All
go.
Yeah.
Johnny.
See, I agree with Mark as well. I'm going Scouts because the basement carpet was yellow shag carpeting.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Here we go. Wow.
Oh,
Not a fan. Come on, people.
come on, peoples.
Come on,
Jeez.
people.
And we thought we could trust the internet with this.
I
and the
know.
internet
Come
sucks.
on.
Oh, here we go. Black and white everything. Do you like
Oh.
the darker black and white, or do you like the? All right, here we go. So the Brooklyn, we're the Brooklyn Americans. So I'm going to NHL.
We're the Brooklyn Brawlers. Yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn Brawlers.
The Brooklyn Brawlers.
So here we go. The Brooklyn Americans look like this.
.com arena.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Americans look like this. Those red, white, and blue, and all that fun stuff. And where the hell is where I gotta find the Blues? There's the Eagles, and there's the Eagles. Looks like that. So do you like one red, white, and blue, or another red, white, and blue?
I go with the Eagles because, as I told you before, when they've come
Love
up,
that
I
logo.
do like that logo. I do like the logo.
Johnny.
I'm gonna go Eagles as well. I appreciate the blue with the white.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Beer League Eagles jerseys.
The Beagles.
Mm-hmm.
The Beer Eagles. All right. Beer
There we
Eagles
go.
winning 59%. We did have a request for the black jerseys, but I don't think when we put that reference to the caps up, it comes up with the blue jerseys. So
Oh,
I think I'll double
the
check.
black jerseys were the best though.
Red Wings
I have
against
one of those upstairs.
Red Wings against the mid 90s to mid 2000s Bruins. Mark.
The Gordie Howe era Red Wings jerseys are fantastic.
There you go. Lyle.
I agree with Mark. Absolutely. Yep.
Johnny, doesn't matter, but who you got?
Hunter.
I'll go with the Red Wings as well.
All right, there we go. Original 6 parentheses. 61.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. It's a route. We'll get to the next pick'em segment where we'll pick the Colorado Rockies and see where they're at now.
Yeah.
Give me a next show. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Let me see if they do have. Yeah, no, the Caps is the 2001. Only gives us that blue jersey that Adam Oates was wearing. So we did all agree that the black jersey is the best jersey out of those.
Yes, I agree. That was their third jersey though, wasn't it?
And then it became their dark jersey towards the end there. Next showdown, Colorado Rockies. Here we go. Oh, here we go. The Lanny Mac against the Rangers for that 2-year with the logo in the front. See, Mark, that's different.
Yeah, that is different. That is true. That is a terrible jersey.
Johnny, take the lead on this one. I think I know.
I'm
who you're
going all Rockies all the time.
No, nor should you. Fun fact: every time Jen mentions a history fact about the Colorado Rockies, people who don't know a thing about hockey say that's a baseball team. Dumb girl.
What is she?
Right, Mark.
The Rockies. That's a fantastic jersey. I wish they bring. They incorporate everything. They've got the Rocky Mountains and the Colorado flag. That's perfect.
Pretty fantastic, Lyle.
Lyle's lost. Lyle's gone.
Right,
Lyle
well,
left us. He's like, I'm out. Fuck this shit. I
All
can't
right
pick.
then. Fine then. On Lanny McDonald's mustache alone, we go for the Colorado Rockies.
I've heard that one before.
Heyo, 57%. Of course they should be up there. Top 10.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Lyle is
Hey,
back
buddy.
in.
Can you hear? Yeah, no, I for some reason my friggin' headphones cacked out on me, so I had to,
You
to drop out and come
definitely,
back in.
you definitely closed the hangout again, didn't you?
No, seriously. Like I was sitting here the whole time you guys were talking. I'm like, pointing at this and looking like an idiot here, but no. So I'm back on here. Anyway, did you guys already do the pick 'em on the uniforms?
We gave you Lanny Mac's mustache.
Thank
on
you.
the,
Yes,
over the,
Rockies. I love that vintage Rockies.
Here's the top 25 leaderboard. The Hartford Whalers.
Still Hartford Whalers on top.
Then the Blackhawks. Then the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Nordiques, Minnesota. Sabres from the 70s to 96.
That's a good Sabres jersey.
The
Yeah.
Detroit Red Wings. The Canadians from the I don't know how you decipher Canadians jerseys, but whatever. Edmonton Oilers when they started. The second of the original Jets. San Jose Sharks when they first came in is 11th. Vegas Golden
Wow.
Knights 12th.
Okay, that's ballot box stuffing right there.
Here we go. Boston Bruins from the 60s and the 70s is 13th. 14th is the early Maple Leafs. 15th is the original Jets.
I love that logo.
First Calgary Flames is the 16th. 67 to 70 Maple Leafs is 17th. The Oilers from current day is 18th. The now Jets is 19th. The Blackhawks from 56 to 59. 20th. The Colorado Rockies 21st. The Buffalo Sabres currently is 22nd. Los Angeles Kings from 67 to 80 is 23rd. 47 to 76 Rangers is 24th, and the current or the 95 to 2007 Bruins is 25th. Go to greatestnhluniforms.com and go ahead and check it there. And Lyle, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're giving away this fabulous history of the NHL wall hanging. We don't know how, but give us the reason why you like your favorite jersey at Faceoff HCKY Show. We'll get the best stories. We'll put them into a hat, and then we'll go ahead and pick your name. And if you get it, you get this fabulous wall hang. We're doing it at the beginning of the year. So yeah, and Lyle, I don't know if you saw this one.
I don't think there should be any current teams that are in the top 25.
There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any current, especially the Vegas Golden Knights should not be.
No, that seems a little. No offense.
I really do like the Vegas Golden Knights jerseys.
I do too.
I don't think they should be 10.
No, that has the little bit of whiff of ballot box stuff in there, if you ask me. But
and recency bias.
Well, it also comes down to the fact of who they played against.
True.
Sports is just who you play against.
And as you said, listen, we like the logo, we like the jersey, we don't like it. It's just not no. Sorry.
Well, I got this today. I don't know if you saw this on the Twitter. 1955-56 Baltimore Clippers program.
Sweet.
I don't know anybody in that, so sorry.
Lyle, let me tell you the players on this team that you might remember.
How old do you think I am? Anyway.
There's some good names. Les Binkley.
Yes, I actually remember that. I actually remember seeing him play with the old Penguins in the early 70s.
And two more that you will definitely know. John Muckler.
Yes, the former coach, GM of the Oilers and Senators.
And finally, the one that a lot of people know, John Brophy.
Oh,
Big Bro.
The big.
I do remember that name.
Yeah, the former Leafs coach and minor league coach extraordinaire for decades.
Hampton Roads Admirals, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Rest in peace, John Brophy.
Wow, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun.
As always, guys. We doing a pre-Christmas show next Wednesday?
Yeah, no. As far as I know, we're on schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Let's just get really drunk next Wednesday.
Okay.
I might have to work the next day. So.
Yeah. So do I. I got a busy schedule next week.
So
But are we?
Johnny, go ahead.
Are we going to be? Are we on schedule for a post-Christmas pre-New Year's in 2 weeks' time, Wednesday, 27th?
We drank show. We should be doing 27th, yes.
Because I can drink then. I'm off that week.
Okay, cool. Then by all means, yes.
So I will be sitting here beer in hand for that bad boy.
Again, I
might pull down the face-off hockey scotch and see how that might treat
there we
you.
hell. Beer aside, if you're going to break out the fancy stuff, so will I, mister.
As long as you're not pulling down anything else, I think we're okay.
Well, it depends on how much of that face-off hockey scotch.
How much of the face-off hockey scotch gets drank?
Hey.
I'll invite Laura to the house, too. We'll have a great time here.
By the way, I want to say this. Also, on the Greatest NHL, they have a thing called Gallery, and it tells the story of the jerseys.
Nice.
So... there's that.
I gotta give props to the NHL for that. That is one that this jersey thing. The jersey thing they're doing. Fantastic.
Of the NHL 100 stuff that no one cares about, especially this game on Saturday. This is the best. This is the best thing that no one cares about.
Yes, this is a winner. Sometimes they stumble on a winner, and this is a winner, big time.
We stumbled on a winner too, Laurich, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week, guys. Take care.
There he goes, Laurich, SpectorsHockey.net, thehockeynews.com, PI Garland, Ina Garland, Booth Report for slideshows. The guy who doesn't know how to X out, or knows how to X out of Hangouts and just Irish goodbye us every time. Johnny, shoutouts.
Shout out to the Deaths. Great party, great wedding and such. Shout out to Mark for officiating well. Like I said earlier. Mark didn't have to yellow or red card anybody, but he probably should have.
Jason deserved a straight red for his speech.
And then I'm gonna give a shout out to Adidas. Adidas makes good hockey jerseys. Just throwing that out there. I don't care what you people think about tradition. Adidas, bring it.
It's a good
Is
new
that,
logo.
is that their slug line?
Slogan,
Adidas,
yeah.
bring
That's
it.
actually their slogan.
Adidas,
we don't-
fuck tradition.
Yeah, we don't give a shit what you think. Adidas.
Yeah, Adidas. And yeah, well, shout out Hudson. He was good throughout the show. He only talked a little bit, and I'll give a shout out to Brian. Brian had some good questions tonight.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Brian. So I'm out. Peace.
Mark.
Brittany Hudson's deaths.
Oh
New
God,
base-
please break those up next time.
The
Break that up.
deaths. Brittany.
Brittany Hudson's deaths.
Oh yeah, touche.
Yeah, there are
Um,
commas in there. Jesus.
There are. I paused. New basement.
Jesus Christ. He's great.
What's the one with my uncle? Never mind. The Oxford comma. And new TVs and mounting PlayStations on the wall.
Nice. Looking good, looking sharp. Shout out to actually hanging some pictures and stuff finally in this place.
Wow, that's fantastic, Mark. You need to talk, though, in order for people to see things.
Well, no, I was just showing you guys, but apparently I'm gonna show everybody now. There we go. That's the face off.
Now people will know what's on this.
Yeah, the face off hockey show was on that TV as of about 5 minutes ago when I turned it off.
That's fancy. Shout out to me finally going ahead and hanging stuff on the wall. Did that. Still out of bare space. Shout out Christmas presents finally getting here. That's always cool. For Jen and I got to send my stuff out to the kids. So shout out to boxing stuff up and sending stuff out. Shout out to, of course, our Patreons. Without them, we would be of no ilk. And you listeners too. You guys are great. But the Patreons, they support us through money. Sounds bad. Like I can't make it sound good that we don't, whatever. Damon, Rob, Mark, Trista, Ethan, Chris, Mitch, Angela, and Sean are all our fantastic Patreon. If you want to go on the Patreon, you can also the Patreon also allows you to vote on the segments if you do the Langway tier. So you got that going for you. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. Get all up on that and have fun with that. So dis to doing overnights, dis to ice storms. Shout out to old programs. That's it. That's all. I got nothing left. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for enjoying and indulging us for this time. For Johnny P, Mark with the C, I'm Scotty Wise. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com. We'll see you guys next time through. Peace.